They're working in collaboration with Xbox, they're working in collaboration with PlayStation, all the tech they're going to be putting into the SoC. So there's going to be some nice looking games with the next generation of stuff. And I still think, honestly, I load up my Xbox Series X, games still look fine. Like, I have no issues with the Series X right now, but that's also because I'm not counting pixels and counting frames. Most games run very good. I don't really have any major complaints, and we are 6 years into this generation, but all of that is going to be blown out of the water when Project Helix does come out, from everything we're hearing about how powerful this thing is going to be. One console that was a security marvel, I guess you could say, was the Xbox One. We've seen Switches get hacked, PlayStations get hacked. They've been hacked relatively easily, but the Xbox One was that one console that nobody was able to hack, and now 12 years later, it's getting its first major hack. We'll see what any of this does mean. Does it lead to anything more? Will there be emulation, all of that from it? But it says here that the day has finally arrived. Xbox One receives its first major hack after 12 plus years. And it goes on here and it says, it's no secret at this point that the original Xbox and the 360 are two consoles that have been hacked in all sorts of ways over the years. And they say, in fact, there have been many examples where consoles have been hacked while they're being readily sold in stores. The Xbox One, though, for security wise, they did go that extra mile. It was unhackable. And they say that in security engineer Tony Chen did a presentation on this back in 2019, pointing out all the ways that he and his Xbox team worked to secure the Xbox One compared to the previous Xbox systems. And now all of this, 12 years later, it's taken 12 years to properly hack the system. And someone has done this in an hour-long presentation at REverse 2026. Security researcher Marcus Gazdelin explained in a very technical detail about how he managed to crack the Xbox One, which is being referred to as the Bliss exploit. So you can actually watch it if you're interested in the details of it all. MVG, YouTuber for MVG, sums it up very well, saying here that the hack relates to Xbox's One's boot ROM. And from what we can gather, it uses voltage glitching to attack the boot ROM and perform hardware level exploit, which means that even if Xbox tried to patch the issue via software, it is not going to be enough. So we'll see what happens. It doesn't mean that everyone can just start hacking their Xbox One. That's not going to be simple for everybody to do, as it is seeming like a pretty difficult thing to actually pull off. But who knows if this leads to anything else. And it's pretty remarkable what they were able to do on the security side. Like, that is a feat, because if you think about stuff like the Nintendo Switch, which Nintendo lost their minds over because that got hacked relatively fast, and you even go back to older generations of consoles like the Dreamcast and even the 360, you were able to get games on DVDs. Those are very easily hackable, and then burning games onto them and play them. So the Xbox One, I think they learned their lesson from that. That's probably the major thing, because I remember the 360 was a console that a lot of people had it hacked. A lot of people were just having games on DVDs, but then they were using those to play them and stuff. So they probably sat back, looked at what was going on, and they're like, yeah, we can't have this happen with the Xbox One. And they put in these crazy security features, and it's taken this long, and it's still really not at a place where anybody's going to be able to go and do this. So just some interesting stuff there. The other thing that Xbox is fixing, and this will be on the PC side. This is big because PC gaming, a lot of people think it is very hard to get into, and I will say it's still not as simple, not even close to being as simple as console gaming, because there's still things that do pop up. It does can get annoying at some time. One day your game works, and then you have to go in and update and fix some drivers on your PC, and sometimes it does. But generally, it's 99% of the time completely easy to play games on PC. It's not like it used to be where it was actually somewhat annoying to jump into it. But one thing that is a big difference, and Xbox is working on getting rid of this, is the shaders and compiling the shaders before the games. It's always annoying sitting there watching the bar go, especially if it takes like a couple of minutes to get those done. But Microsoft here is planning to fix shader related stutters and long load times for PC gamers, and I couldn't be more happy to hear this, as I hope this is something that really gets worked on more. We've heard that they're implementing something where you won't even have these shaders being compiled on the ROG Xbox Ally X. So I'm hoping this does end up coming to the Project Helix when it comes out. But it says here that Microsoft's advanced shader delivery launching via Agility SDK 1.619 enables pre-compiled shaders tailored to specific GPUs, reducing load times and stutter for PC gamers. NVIDIA will support this for the GeForce RTX later in 2026 with integration planned for Unreal Engine, though it may be limited to Xbox storefront games, which that's an advantage again for the Xbox store if they're able to do this, just getting rid of the time to compile shares before you jump into a game on PC. But they are working on it, and I think they will continue to roll this out. One of the things they're probably working on this for is for the next generation, because if it's a PC console hybrid, you're going to want to be able to jump into a game like you would on the console. You're not going to want to have to sit there and watch shaders compile, because that will just completely pull you out of the console experience. So I'm hoping that this is ready for the launch of Project Helix, and if it's not, that they are definitely bringing this over at the same time or in the same launch period for when the console does end up coming out, because it will be a big thing. You'll see console players annoyed by it if they've never played on a PC before, if they've never had a PC style of experience, and they get Project Helix and they jump onto the PC side of the console and they start seeing this stuff happen. I think it will turn off a lot of people. So hopefully this is something that completely ends up getting worked out. Good to know that they are working on it. But on the video there, guys, if you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.